What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room, hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction. Now listen, this Larry Reid saga continues, and I'm appalled, but I'm not surprised. And I was listening to some commentary on yesterday. Actually, Tasha K, she had some guest co-hosts on her YouTube channel, which I absolutely love. I actually think that is amazing that she's opened up her platform to other content creators that she has respect for and maybe has, worked with before in some way, shape, or form, in terms of maybe some stories that they shared or, whatever. But albeit, I just wanted to share some commentary that the content creators were talking about on yesterday, and more specifically, King Jives. He has the Official King Jives YouTube channel, as well as some other channels, and I have been subscribed to King Jives' YouTube channel for a long time. He's actually one of the first YouTube channels that I subscribed to where I literally watched the majority of the content every time that he would, put it out there. And he was more specifically talking about people in the church sector, and not so much, not like, I won't even say not so much like, but not like Larry Reid. It wasn't in a way of trying to expose, but he actually was, I don't know if you're familiar with Dawson Speaks, but he has a YouTube channel and he talks about things in the Black church, more specifically, where it's like some outrageous story will come out and he's sharing it. But King Jives, he gives a different spin on it, and I have seen him actually help some people that have been victims in these situations, as well as he was privy to some information about some of the big names like Juanita Bynum's, and we've seen over the years how that, I'm trying to be careful with my words, but how that person has grifted, in my opinion, off of the church community and still continues to do so to this day. But this isn't about all of that, and this isn't even really about him, but I wanted to share some things that he said yesterday. And whoa, I recently did some commentary while I was talking about Larry Reid, and I just asked the question. I just asked the question. I said, I don't know if he's, because I don't follow him, and I don't know if he's on some regimen where he's in the gym all the time and losing weight, or I know the big Ozempic craze is going on, but I didn't see him as one that would be taking any weight loss drugs like that, because I didn't think that's something that was necessary for him. So I just was like, he's looking smaller. And I would even say he's maybe looking sick, but is he? I just asked the question before. And then on yesterday, King Jives dropped some information, and I was like, wow. Absolutely wow. So I want to share this commentary and just give my reaction to it and let you all hear it in real time. I'm going to put the full link to the video in the description box so you can go and check it all out. But it was King Jives from the Official King Jives YouTube channel, as well as officialkingpain. And officialkingpain has been interviewing some of Larry Reid's victims, and he has been talking about this for a minute as well. And another content creator, I wasn't familiar with her. She goes by Couture Bay. But at any rate, I want to go ahead and get into this. So let's just go ahead and get into this piece from this video.
You was there when the witch tried to tell Tasha K she didn't pay for something, and y'all know Tasha ain't got it. That's why y'all got to like stuff.
Can I help you out with something, Couture Bay?
Yeah.
You not know that lawsuit that Daryl Moore had to go through? That was for me. Because when I was saying that Larry was giving out the package, that was for me. Because my sister, who also read him for Filth, Miko Dooley, who read him because Larry was going after Juanita Bynum, for two, when she read him for Filth, first of all, he came after me because when my godbrother said it, I was alluding to it on my platform. He sat out here and was going to come after me and sue me. But when I told Daryl, when me and Daryl was cool at the moment, when I told Daryl, because Daryl at the moment was doing a little too much, when I had said, you know what, Daryl, you're doing a little too much, you're going a little too far, you know, doing a little bit much. When I decided to back off, he couldn't do nothing to me because I didn't say nothing else. And I said, you know what? I washed my hands of it. When Daryl went further and further in what he did, he decided to sue Daryl. He couldn't do nothing to me because I didn't say nothing. And
well, I will say this.
Why didn't you show up to court? Why didn't you show up to court to help then? Why didn't you support? Yeah, because you know the tea, you know the real tea. Why you
Daryl
support?
did show up. He showed up at their house with they said a rat-a-tat-tat or something like that, and he admitted to it in the court documents. And plus, he can't say Larry's name, so he a fool for that. I would have never signed that, baby. We would have went broke, okay, trying to fight that case. At the end of the day, Vincent was around. He was his left-hand man. Okay, not only are you a liar, you're a cheater, you're a fraud. You was helping him pulpit pimping, okay, of the people, sowing financial seeds of blessings they were never going to get. Like, I'm not knocking the hustle, but don't act as if you're absolved and you just so clueless. Baby, no. How did you get those tapes from off of Larry's phone and laptop? It's giving cybersecurity crimes.
I want to pause it right there. So if you all don't know, they were talking about a content creator by the name of Daryl Moore, and Larry Reid sued Daryl Moore some years ago. And King Jives was basically saying that that lawsuit, when Larry Reid sued that content creator, he said that was actually meant for him initially, but Daryl Moore took things further than what he actually did. But he said, well, he insinuated that Larry Reid was giving out the package. And if you know what the package is, it's a package where it's like, you cannot return to sender. Once the package is received, it's a done deal.
I gave it to the feds because you're not fooling me, Vincent.
Okay,
you
are
a Larry 2.0. We got to date it in the tracks right now. We got to stop it because it's infestation.
Yes, if you let people talk enough, you'll find out what they really want. Okay, and I believe Vincent did all of this for money. Okay, on period. Them checks stopped clearing. He said, "Oh, I got something for you, Larry." He said, "I got something for you, Larry." He said, "I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna let these people know the truth." Okay.
That live and said that post and delete. You got to keep the hoes happy. Which one was the hoes?
And I think that he didn't know about Lester too. And I think Lester made him jealous because, you know, he said up until the other day he was a part of NBN, which means that he was still getting his freak on with Larry.
That's what it is. Some church freak on.
And he said that Shamako and Vincent was busting nuts right before the Renaissance conference. What kind of conference it was?
Church, in the bathroom, in the pulpit, in the with the baptism water, like
it was busting. I said, my God, right before the church.
Everywhere, girl. Everywhere, girl. Them poor babies getting baptized in that nasty water over there. It's crazy.
I saw what you said, King Jives. I saw when you said, and pay attention to the ones who is quiet.
Thank you.
Because what was they over there doing? They was dipping low, picking it up slow. Because remember, one of them came and said, Larry got money. Larry got money. Smelling like Baccarat, pulling up in the Rolls Royce. I said, what?
Period. It's greed that's motivating these girls to come forward.
Absolutely. We already know it's about money, and I'll get into Vincent's Rail Hill a little bit later, but I want to get to this part where King Jives is talking about the package.
Let's add this real quick.
More expensive, too, because he was only giving Vincent $5K a month. Lester, he was giving Lester $9K a month. I said, girl,
I'm going to say this. This lets you know that these men must have been really desperate. Because, first of all, if y'all letting this man stick his whatever in you, because that he was claiming he was a top, but Ninja Ninja, we know you ain't no Dean top. We know good and daggone well that you ain't topping everybody. Now, first of all...
Wait. So, Larry's doing the bending?
I mean,
no,
first of
Larry's
all,
doing the poking.
Honey, he ain't only doing the poking, honey. He doing the bending, too. First of all, for these men to sit out here and allow this critter to sit out here and to bend them over, baby, you allowing this treasure troll to bend y'all over? I cannot. Baby,
Money
I don't
rules
care.
the kingdom.
Honey, it ain't ruling the kingdom over here, baby, because I don't care. Honey, he sent me $5,000 for 2 grounds. Honey, you ain't been in over here, okay? $5,000. Shout out to King Jives Crown. Y'all going to King Jives Crown. Baby, you ain't getting nothing over.
You know, them hips don't lie, Jives. You want that Duke is
let me tell you something. I'm a fine nigga on real all the time. Listen here. If God is good, praise God all the time.
Just to let you all know what he's referencing, because some people may say, well, why did he give him $5,000? King Jives makes crowns, and he charges $2,500 for each crown. So he said he sent him $5,000 for 2 crowns, not for anything else. So he's been selling crowns, not cakes. But I want to get to what he was insinuating.
$5 more dollars we can have
you. The wife? Do you think the wife? Because Vincent said the wife was looking, she was sending out texts, she was asking, and it was online, but he said he would have told her the truth. Do y'all believe that?
No.
She didn't need to look in no computer. She didn't need to look at no text. All she had to do is look over at Larry and know that is a gay man. Okay?
Wasn't Lisa eating coochie?
Okay?
I don't know. She was swimming in the waiting pond. They said she is now.
No. Listen, Lisa was eating coochie too. All of them. It was a whole soiree of folks over there getting swallowed.
Have you ever been swallowed? Okay, it's a whole cult, and they over there getting swallowed up. Okay?
You had a church, and you was over there, the whole church over there in Carolina. And let's ask the real reason. Why did you leave Carolina?
North Carolina.
Why did you leave Carolina? Because they told me you left Carolina because y'all was over there doing a little scamming and a little frauding over there too. That's why y'all got ran up out of Carolina, allegedly.
Scam in the country, folks. You know we don't play that in the South. We only let you scam in one state, Georgia.
That's scammers, okay? That's a home of scammers, okay? No wonder Larry got a house out there, huh? I wonder how many men he got in his home now.
It's rented, King. It's rented, King.
Yes, I hear that.
Who spends $60,000 a month on rent?
On rent.
Owners of harems.
He could have bought a couple houses.
Girl, what you said?
A couple houses, baby. This is why I always think of that little meme where it said you got to think big. Like, because what?
You know what it's giving me? That's what it's giving me. That's what it's giving me. That's what it's giving me right there. Y'all, all y'all LRLers, y'all just have been swallowed up. Period. Period.
Listen.
Y'all sat there through the whole pandemic and been giving this man all this money for lies, fairy tales, and Pharisees. Baby, ain't now one of them lies came to pass. Y'all done sat there and gave him for hocus pocus and alakazocas and all that stuff like that. And he done took y'all money and made a song, said y'all can't get on his level, and then turned around and rented 5 houses on y'all and bought a Rolls Royce and then came out here flossing, buying new clothes because the nigga ain't, the ninja ain't never bought clothes like this before. He was living in a condo in the rough part of Atlanta, and now he all of a sudden bragging because he's supposedly renting a house, talking about he living in Carter B house. Sir, you are spending $60,000 a month. That ain't smart.
It's so stupid. And it's trash behavior. I don't follow him, so I don't know a lot of the things that have been said. So some of these things are definitely revelations to me. But $60,000 a month on rent, that's one of the things that Vincent Terrell Hill said in the exposure video that he was exposing Larry Reid. And just to hear that, just that alone for me, but listen, I don't even want to get into that. But just that alone for some of these people that follow him, you don't think that that's unwise? So why would you want to follow some leader who isn't wise? Who's paying $60,000 a month for rent? For rent.
You know, Archbishop Bernard is about to get swallowed up himself. You know, they was live. They was live the other night, and he was together, looking a mess. I said, what kind of bishop?
What kind of prophet is
man of God? He had on a iced out Cuban link when he had on a little fur.
The
he had on his shades.
The one who said he was going to go out back on us. To the people talking ish, he said, I'm going to go out back.
The one that was going into the garage of Mocha Shane. Yeah.
Y'all listen to these false prophets. They leading y'all to the pits of the darkest hells. Because ain't no way. I'm telling you, how you a prophet and you don't know what's going on with your parishioner? How you a prophet and you couldn't even gasp or gather that your son was trying to get entangled with Bishop T.D. Jakes? How are you a prophet and you don't know what's going on with Larry Reid? How you a prophet and he's misappropriating the church's funds? How you a prophet and you said you was going to go out back and dig a hole or something? Baby, if you don't stop with all that fake witchcraft, see, this is why I love them deep Southern Christian grandmas and aunties who say you got to pray the witches and warlocks up out of the church, because I know what y'all doing. Y'all are not going to win. Well, we need to
because Jives is actually connected to one of the accusers. Okay, Delquan, aren't you connected to Delquan? Related?
King Jives.
Yeah.
You're connected?
Is it my turn to talk? I thought you was talking at the king. Don't be throwing it to me.
It's a round table. We just talking. We having a conversation.
This is a slow burn.
This is a conversation. I'm trying to get the tea.
In the winter. Okay,
you got tea that we need.
Who is this man, King Jives?
So I've known Delquan since a little bit before 2006. Now, mind you, I only knew him just, one of the little God brothers, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it was.
Gay brothers or God brothers?
No, not gay brothers, just
God
brothers.
Okay.
For the girls in the back.
Right. So, he tells me years ago that Larry gives him something that he can't return.
The package.
Houses in Virginia?
Yeah, he gives him the package that he cannot return. And so, again, this is not alleged because he has said it on multiple platforms. Okay? So, this story didn't just start with one person. This started years ago. And so, at the end of the day, when this was said, he asked me, no, baby, it's not alleged. It's his facts. He asked me, he said, Mario, just don't tell it. So I'm telling you right now, he said, just don't tell it because I don't want this man to come after me and torment me. That's what he said. He said, because this is a wicked man and he loves to sit out here and to keep people silent and quiet. I said, all right. So when Lala Reid, now confused with the drag queen, but when Miss Lala Reid, Larry, was coming for me and kept attacking my platform, him and Vincent and the rest of his crew, that's when I started throwing shots and I started saying, y'all need to stop that stuff before I start really talking about what's really going on and what y'all out here giving these kids, right? So I never said nothing, but I had shared it with somebody, and then that's when it started going places. And then it was some other people who found out about this as well. So a lot of people tried to drag me because I knew about it and just didn't say anything. But I'm like, I cannot tell a grown man's story if a grown man tells me not to say anything. You get what I'm saying? It would be different if it was a child. But this was a grown adult. Now, here's what I want to say about this. Since y'all
One second. Do you think that's why Delquan changed his name and went into hiding out of fear of retaliation from Larry?
He changed his name?
Absolutely.
Yes.
What kind of a monster is this? Now, this is some mess. This is deep. If this is indeed true, which it sounds like it is, I am saying what is being said. So I'm not sitting here accusing him of giving somebody the package that they cannot return. I'm simply saying what someone else said that he did. And I cannot even be shocked by this. It's disgusting. It is horrible. It is monstrous. And more so because to have the audacity to do some stuff like that, and then you're trying to shut people up and shut people down because you don't want them to talk about it. And to the point where the person you gave the package to is like, don't say anything because I don't want him coming for me. And this person felt so whatever that they went to changing their name. It's crazy.
Y'all are bringing us explosive wine today because I didn't know nothing about this. Larry, baby, listen, you got to be careful of them graves you dig for other people because you'll fall in one. You will fall in one. Ain't that what the wise folks say?
So yeah, that's all I want to play of that. You can go and listen to the entirety of the video. I have the link in the description box. But it is something. And Larry is doing these things that he usually does to sway the people that already follow him, because he's not convincing anyone new. I don't think so, at least, unless there's some more weak-minded people that haven't peeped him out yet and they decide to fall into that ridiculous trap of thinking that he's a man of God, or worse, he's a prophet. Yeah, he's a prophet. He's a Profit, okay? Profiting off of in my opinion, the idiots that are donating money to him and then thinking that they're going to get a prophecy of something that's going to come to pass. You'd be better off paying a tarot reader. You'd be better off paying a psychic. Or, and not even worse, but even better, you'd be better off not paying anyone anything and just trying to work the power of manifestation yourself and seeing if things that you are trying to manifest actually come to pass without you having to pay somebody else for what you're hoping to receive. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I would really love to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that Larry has the package that he might be taking the Big Tarvey or whatever else for so that he can stay undetectable? Listen, guys, I am not shocked. I'm not. But it's highly disappointing to see that there are people that support this fool. And this ain't even for me about the gay stuff, but it in a way goes back to the commentary that I gave yesterday where I was talking about Shannon Sharp and the stylist that he released and the people like the Mike Eppses and the Eddie Griffins, just, giving a couple of examples of people that have been saying he's gay. And I get it. Some people are like, well, what do they care? What are they talking about it for or whatever? But the God's honest truth is a lot of people in the African American community more so, they may have an inkling that someone is gay, but if the person doesn't say it, they might be okay with it, and some of them they're not, because it's like, well, I can tell you are. But more specifically, a lot of people are more hurt or angry if it comes out because they feel like the person was lying and playing in their faces, and just instead of just being honest. And Larry Reid, this man, nothing about him strikes me as honest. And that's why I was talking about him coming out and trying to expose Bishop T.D. Jakes. And I'm no fan of him either, so I'm not here defending him. But for me, I try my best to be on the side of right. I don't know all of these people, so I don't know all the time if something is 100% right, but I try to call out the right as I see it when it comes to these people and the public personas and information that we are privy to. So, no, I'm not a fan of Bishop T.D. Jakes, and I believe that there's a lot that has gone down in that ministry, in that family, and I'm still on the side of Michelle Lau when it comes to her son. But Larry Reid, of all people, coming out here to try to expose Bishop T.D. Jakes, I felt was a huge hypocrisy, and I talked about that. And not many people were really responding to it because I just think some people were like, well, we don't know. And Bishop T.D. Jakes and the Swallowed Up and him being at the Diddy parties and whatever. Listen, we can talk about that stuff and give assumptions and whatever, but no one's come out with any images of Bishop T.D. Jakes being bent over or him bending anybody over or anybody in between his legs or whatever. I mean, like, so, and not that I want to see that. I will pass if anyone said, hey, I got these pictures, and I'm like, I believe you. I don't need to see it because I definitely don't want to see that. But I'm just saying, him just being at the Diddy parties is not a good look. But as far as anything that may have went on or that he may have participated in, we don't know that for a fact, but he shouldn't have been there. I still believe he shouldn't have been there. But Larry Reid, of all people trying to come out and expose T.D. Jakes, I just felt like that was a huge hypocrisy, and that's why I talked about it. And I talked about how he's doing these videos talking about Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he has proof that Bishop T.D. Jakes groomed Manasseh Jordan, and Manasseh this and Manasseh that, but he limited his TikTok video comments. This was weeks ago, and I talked about this. And now all of this stuff is coming out. And he's blocking content creators. And I don't even know why people do that stuff anymore. Because it's like, obviously, if the people want to see what they want to see, they'll just use a burner account or another account that you don't know anything about. So you're just making yourself look even more obvious by blocking these people. Because they'll just go and look at your stuff from another account if they truly want to see what you have going on. Or they're really trying to get some receipts on you. So, in my opinion, I feel like him blocking Sean Davy Wade, just to give one example. And I'm going to put the link to his video in the description box as well so that you can listen to it, because Sean Davy Wade, he cracks me up and he had me laughing. Because he just came out and said, yep, Larry Reid is gay. And the way he was just talking about it and just giving his commentary is just comical to me. But I'm saying that to say when Sean Davy Wade was saying that he found out that Larry Reid blocked him, he was like, I don't even follow him. What did he block me for? It was like looking like a raisinette. Oh, God. But I mean, I was listening to it and I was just like, you're just making yourself look even more obvious by blocking people, because if people really want to see what you got going on, they're just going to go from another account that you don't know anything about. So I just feel like in this day and time, it's kind of fruitless for people to block people. But I get it. I understand why some people block, but for the most part, with situations like this, why do you even bother to block the people? Because they're going to see it anyway. If they want to pay for the Patreon and get the tea, and maybe they won't share the video or the audio, but they'll just take notes and tell people what you said. I don't think that that can stop people, because as far as I've heard, there are people that get people's content from OnlyFans, and that's behind a paywall, and they'll go and they'll expose those people OnlyFans information out on social media for everyone else to see. And I haven't heard of anyone on OnlyFans suing people for doing that. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not on OnlyFans as a consumer or a producer, so I don't really know. I'm just talking about in terms of the stories that I've heard. So Larry Reid talking about he's got the IP addresses of anyone that wants to share his content from his Patreon, and he will get your channel shut down, and you're going to be getting a lawsuit. He still hasn't sued Tasha K since Tasha K did the interview with Levantre, what was it, last year? And he said that he was suing Tasha K. Suing her for what? Because she interviewed him? You know, like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But again, those words were just for his following of zombies who believe this fool, believe this clown, and they want to take his side and believe that the prophecies that he gave are going to come to pass, or you're just as messy as he is. And I don't believe, in my personal opinion, I could be wrong, I don't believe there are any straight men that follow Larry Reid. If there are any men that follow him, they're all gay or bisexual. And then it's a bunch of, like the Bible says, silly women or gay or bisexual women. It's just, and I'm not saying that they don't have any, I don't know, I'm not even going to go into that. Listen, you can take from that what it's worth, because I'm not here to go back and forth or argue with anyone. But my point is, he is disgusting. And in my personal opinion, if he's doing things like giving people the package and then he's trying to shut them down so that they can't talk about it, he's a monster. And like King Jives said, he said, you know, I didn't talk about it because the guy told me, and it's not my story to tell, and he is an adult. If it was a child that he did this to, of course I would be talking to the authorities about what happened. But this was an adult, so if he didn't want to talk about it, who am I to share his story? So I get that part. But again, apparently, allegedly, this is what has been said, that Larry Reid has given the package that is not returned to sender. And so my assumptions might have been right when I asked the question a few days ago, is Larry sick? Because he's not looking very healthy to me. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.